Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 20. As today, our Pittsburgh Pirates are fighting for their postseason lives today, as they will be taking on the Washington Nationals here for Game 5 of the NLCS. We're only doing one game in today's episode, and that is because when postseason episodes specifically, start off with an elimination game, it doesn't really make sense for me to do 2 games of that episode, because if there were 2 games, that would mean that the team that's down would have automatically won the first one. I hope that does not sound confusing, but long story short, that's why we're only doing 1 game today. So Game 3 and 4 were last episode. Game 3, they just outplayed us, and then Games 4, we were down 3-0. We had to win, and we did a great showing on the mound in that one from Adonis Medina, who's been our only good starting pitcher this postseason. So, as you can see in the AL, the Indians won Game 3, so they're making the ALCS a little bit closer, as us and Cleveland are both fighting for our postseason lives. Obviously, this entire postseason has been an up-and-down roller coaster so far for our Pittsburgh Pirates. Really not hitting the ball as well here against the Nationals than we were against the Rockies, which does make sense. I mean, the Rockies' starting pitching is worse, and we did have 2 games at Coors Field, which obviously that stadium helps with hitting, so you'd expect it to be worse, and it certainly has. The pitching, however, has also been quite a bit worse against the Nationals, and specifically the bullpen. The starting pitching has not been great in either series. Jameson Taillon and Santiago Osuna have both struggled in both of their starts so far. Jordan Yamamoto has been meh, and Adonis Medina, he's been really good. I got to give him credit. But the bullpen, they were outstanding in the NLDS against the Rockies, but for the most part have really struggled here in the NLCS against Washington. So if they can try to pick it up here down the stretch, that would be huge. Game 5, must win here for our Pirates. The ace Jameson Taillon would get the start, as this is the final game in the NLCS at Nationals Park, regardless of what happens tonight, because in the NL and ALCSs, respectively, the final 2 games of that series, if they are played, are at the home field of the team with the better record, which was obviously us. So, if we win this game today, then we will host the final 2 games of the NLCS, which would be huge. Here's a look at both lineups, 1 to 9, regular starters in this one for the Pirates. Pittsburgh continuing to push O'Neal Cruz and Dylan Carlson down the lineup card, because both of them have really been struggling so far in this NLCS, and for the most part in general, both of them have been disappointing in the playoffs. Eric Feedy will be getting the start for the Nationals. His first postseason appearance, he was mainly the long reliever this season and was not very good, to put it bluntly, so maybe he's better in the playoffs, I don't know. As the first batter of the game, Brian Reynolds swings way too early at that off-speed pitch. After a Josh Bell single, Francisco Mejia would be up with 2 outs. He hits a single into left, and the Pirates have a pair of base runners on with 2 outs. This is an opportunity to start this game off hot, and they would be unsuccessful as Benny Ling grounds out to second. Yandy Diaz makes the play, and despite getting 2 hits, both base runners are left stranded. Jameson Taillon getting the start, as mentioned earlier. He has not had a good start to the postseason. 2 starts. Both of them were poor outings. Game 1 of the NLDS, obviously the Pirates won, but he still struggled. And then Game 1 of the NLCS against Washington, he did not pitch well, as Trey Turner with the infield single. However, the Pirates are actually going to challenge the call. They don't think Turner was safe, and as you can see right there, his foot hits the bag before the ball goes into Josh Bell's glove. So, in fact, that will be a single for Turner. And now one of the most dangerous runners in baseball is on base here for the Nationals. Here's Juan Soto with a single into center. Trey Turner stole second a little bit earlier, and he will find his way home. And the Washington Nationals are quickly on the board. Not how Jameson Taillon wanted today to start out for sure. First and second now, 2 outs for Yandy Diaz, a dribbler to the pitcher. Taillon makes the play, but not a great inning for Pittsburgh, as Washington gets 3 hits, leaves 2 stranded, but drives in a run, and they lead it 1-0. However, the Nationals' lead would be very short-lived. First batter of the second inning, Oneil Cruz launches a bomb into right center. Cruz with his 5th home run of the postseason. He has not hit for good contact so far in the playoffs, but he has hit for really good power up to this point, as that ball was mashed into right center, ain't no doubt about it. And the Pirates will tie it up at 1. Bottom 2 now, Pittsburgh trying to turn the double play. However, a bad throw from Wander Franco would prevent that, and a runner would be safe at first. 2 gone now for Trey Turner, 3-1 pitch, and this one is going to be flied out to right. Carlson under it, he makes the catch, and this game is tied at 1 through 2. We've got a pretty exciting game of baseball so far. Let's advance now to the 3rd inning. But rookie Wander Franco going to lead things off. He's going to go down on the curveball. Franco does not strike out swinging too often, so it's very rare to see that happen, but good pitch by Feedy. Bottom 3 now, Victor Robles going in on the high and inside slider. Very nice pitch from Tyone. Both pitchers starting to get into a groove here. Gregory Polanco now, the former Pirate, with 2 outs. Gonna line it to 3rd. Benny Ling will make the play. Uneventful 3rd inning as neither team gets anybody on base for that matter. Let's go to the 4th now. Benny Ling up, and this one will get past the glove of Trey Turner. Gonna open the inning off with a hit. And the Japanese sensation finds himself at first as Pittsburgh tries to take the lead. Here's Oneil Cruz. He went deep earlier. This time he's gonna strike out on an excellent curveball from Feedy. 2 gone, runner on second now for Carlson, who has probably been the worst hitter on this Pirates team so far in the playoffs. He will ground out to second. Diaz makes the play, and the score remains tied at 1 as we advance now to the bottom of the 4th. Brandon Belt up at the plate. 1-2 pitch with 2 outs, a fly out to first. Josh Bell is under it, and Jameson Taillon with 3 straight scoreless innings. Only 1 base runner in the past 3 innings for the Nationals. Got to give Taillon a ton of credit there as we advance to the 5th. Score remains tied at 1. 2 gone here for Wander Franco. Lines this one to first. What a play. Brandon Belt will belt up into the air, pun intended. And there's another 1-2-3 inning. Eric Feedy, a guy who really struggled in the regular season, is dominating in his first postseason start of the season. Here is the catcher, O'Keefe, going down swinging. Jameson Taillon is also dominating in this one. 2-2 count now for Trey Turner. This one is going to be hit nicely into left field for a single. Taillon's pitch count is starting to creep up into that 80 range, so you may need to watch out to potentially see if he gets tired. Victor Robles now up. A weakly hit ball to Taillon. He is unable to field it in time. Robles is safe. And now Trey Turner's on second. Victor Robles is on first for Juan Soto. 2 of the game's fastest base runners with 1 of the game's best hitters. And as you can imagine, it would not go well for Pittsburgh as Juan Soto with an RBI single. Robles to 3rd. Trey Turner will score, and the Nationals make it 2-1. Can they extend their lead? The answer is no. Good play by Franco. He's going to field it over to first. And the Nationals do leave a pair of base runners on, but they drive in a run. That would end Jameson Taillon's day, by the way. 5 innings, he allowed 2 runs. Taillon was not bad at all. He actually pitched really well for the most part, other than a couple bad innings. Innings 2 through 4, he was electric. Top of the 6th, Feedy still in there as Josh Bell rips a single. Francisco Mejia now going to hit a single into left, showing that Oppo Popo. And the Pirates have 2 runners on base with nobody out. At minimum, they should score 1 here. At minimum. Benny Ling now up. 1-1 pitch, and this one is grounded right to second. Diaz to Turner over to Brandon Belt. That's the double play. Josh Bell does advance to 3rd, but now the Pirates need a base hit if they would like to score a run here in this inning. Oneil Cruz is up. Going to ground this one right to Yandy Diaz. Diaz has had a very busy day defensively, I've got to say, as he will field it cleanly over to Brandon Belt. And now the Pirates need to spark a little comeback, but that starts off with good play from the bullpen. Emmanuel Clase will enter the game here in the bottom of the 6th, his 4th postseason appearance of the season, sorry. He's had 3 very solid outings so far as he strikes out Chris Bryant on the 98-mile-an-hour cutter. The great thing about Colosse's game is his velocity. Another 98-mile-an-hour pitch right there. However, Yandy Diaz will square it up for a single, and the Nationals have a runner on base here with one out. This is their opportunity to add some insurance runs. Brandon Belt now gets that one past the glove of Josh Bell for a single, and the Nationals are in business. They have a legit shot here to really break this game wide open. Pittsburgh needs a stop. 3-2 pitch here for O'Keefe. Grounds it right to second. Franco to Cruz to Bell. 4-6-3 double play, and Washington scores 0 in that inning. Pittsburgh gets out of a jam as we go to the top of the 7th. Ryan Harper is in for the Nats. He's had a very solid postseason so far. This is his 7th game of the playoffs. Here's the leadoff batter, the rookie out of Venezuela, Pablo Cairo, 1-2 pitch. And this one is lined into left, has some carry, and it's gone. The rookie, only 19 years old, Pablo Cairo, and probably the most important at-bat of his career, will tie it. Solo shot for Cairo, and this one is now knotted up at 2. I thought that one was for sure going to be an extra base hit, but I did not think that was going over the fence. That was a line drive that happened to have some carry. That ball did not go super far. The exit velocity off the bat, 111 miles an hour, but the launch angle is not particularly large. Over 400 feet, though, and we are now tied up at 2. Here's the pinch hitter, Tony Kemp, up at the plate now. He's shopping gap. That one looks like it'll drop for extra bases, as Kemp will find second for a double, and Pittsburgh has an opportunity to not only tie the game, as you just saw, but potentially take the lead. Brian Reynolds now up. He has kind of struggled today as the leadoff hitter. He has not been the leadoff hitter for most of the playoffs, as he strikes out. Quick throw from O'Keefe. That would bring up Wander Franco. This is arguably his biggest at-bat of his career. And just like Pablo Cairo, the rookie would capitalize as Franco hits it nicely into right. That'll drop for extra bases, an RBI double, and the rookies come up clutch. Cairo with the home run, Franco with the RBI double, and the Pirates now lead this game 3-2. A huge 7th inning from Pittsburgh as Harper would be taken out of the game. Jace Fry, the former Pirate, would enter. Fry has pitched quite well so far against his former team. I believe this is his 3rd game against the Pirates here in the NLCS, 4th postseason game entirely, as Josh Bell draws a walk. Mejia now will strike out. It does get loose. However, Mejia is out at first, and the Pirates are unable to score anymore. But I don't think Pittsburgh is complaining too much, as it is 3-2 going into the bottom of the 7th. Wander Suero, the former National, is in. He has been outstanding in the postseason. 6 innings, has not allowed a run, as Barbera will strike out. Good low pitch from Suero. Trey Turner now got him fishing. A beautiful changeup by Wander Suero. Trey Turner has been a strikeout machine in this NLCS. He has been really struggling to put the bat to the ball, at least in recent games, as there is a flyout from Soto. And Pittsburgh is now 2 innings away from bringing this one to a game 6. On to the 8th now, as Jace Fry would remain in the game. A little lefty-on-lefty crime here, and he gets Benny Lane to go down on the cutter. Nice pitch by Fry. That one was low and outside. Pablo Cairo now up. He went deep in his last at-bat, and he might do it again. Deep into left field, nearly the identical spot that his last homer went. But unfortunately, this one does not quite have the distance. Juan Soto will make the catch. On to the bottom of the 8th, score remains 3-2 as the Fresh Prince of Pittsburgh, Will Smith, will enter. He has not had a good start to the playoffs. 4 innings, he's allowed 3 runs. Not ideal, as here's Gregory Polanco. 3-1 pitch, and the umpire will say he did not go around, so that's a walk. And the Nationals already have a runner on base. Luis Garcia, one of their top prospects, will enter as a pinch runner. And the big boy, Chris Bryant, will come up to the plate. 2-2 pitch. And he strikes out on the fastball and is furious. Big K for Smith. Yandy Diaz now goes down on the changeup. Another excellent pitch by Will Smith. Brandon Belt now, lefty-on-lefty crime. 3-1 pitch. This one is hit into left. Cairo will get under it. He makes the catch. And the Pirates are an inning away from keeping the series alive, but Pittsburgh's only up by 1. This game is far from over. Tanner Rainey will enter for Washington, 5 1/3 innings. He's only allowed 1 run so far in the playoffs, giving him a nice ERA of 1.69. Dylan Carlson going to lead the inning off. Down the line in fair, that one looks like it'll go for extra bases. Carlson with a double, and Pittsburgh now has a runner on here with no outs. As they try to make this game a little bit closer, Carlson is pretty pumped up, considering he has not gotten on base that much during the playoffs. Nico Goodrum, now that ball will squeeze by him. Carlson advances to third, and now Pittsburgh has a runner 90 feet away from home with no outs. Here's Brian Reynolds, going to hit this one into left for a single, and the runner Carlson would be safe at home, and Pittsburgh will extend their lead as it is now 4-2, trying to add some insurance runs and try to shore up this victory. Hunter Strickland will now enter for the Nationals. He is not allowed a run yet here in the postseason. 3-2 pitch here, 2 outs for Josh Bell. Line nicely over the head of Yandy Diaz. That'll be a base hit. So now the Pirates have a pair of runners on and 2 outs here for Francisco Mejia. Mejia has kind of struggled today, and he's had runners on base like literally this entire game. And it's strange that he's struggling today because he's been outstanding throughout the NLCS, but when runners on base, he decides to choke. There's another instant, fly out to center. Pittsburgh leads it 4-2 going into the bottom of the 9th. Let's see if they can hold on for the save, as here is the closer, Ken Giles, to make the save. His 3rd save opportunity this postseason. He is not allowed a run, and he's gotten 2 saves. Here is the Nationals, going to start the inning off with a big base hit. So already, a runner on base. The tying run is now up to the plate. That was Starlin Castro with the hit. Here's Barbera now going to strike out. Huge out for the Pirates. Trey Turner now up. 2-2 pitch, grounds this one to third. Lang to Franco, over to Josh Bell. Not quite in time. Turner was safe at first, so the Nationals are going to keep the game alive. 1-2 pitch here for Victor Robles. He's just a window shopper because he's just looking. And the Pirates will keep it alive. They win it. Final score 4-2. Emmanuel Clase gets the win here in this one. The Pirates bullpen was outstanding today. 4 scoreless innings from 4 different pitchers. Both teams hit the ball well. 13 hits for the Pirates, 11 for Washington. You normally win games when you get double-digit hits, and the Nats were just unable to do that. The Pirates with plenty of extra base hits. 2 home runs today, one from O'Neal Cruz in the 2nd inning, and the other from Pablo Cairo, which was in the 7th inning. The other RBI today was from Wander Franco, also in the 7th inning. Jameson Taillon was okay. He was not great, but he was not terrible. But Clase, Suero, Smith, and Giles shut it down. Washington's offense was all right. They scored only 2 runs. They got 11 hits, but all 11 hits were singles. 0 extra base hits today from the Washington Nationals, and it is hard to win games when you get 0 extra base hits. Now, granted, Washington does have a lot of speedy players on the base pass. Trey Turner had a stolen base, I think, in the 1st inning. So, I mean, you just got to capitalize if you're the Nationals. They had runners on base today, but they could not get huge extra base hits to try to drive them in. Eric Feedy pitched really well. 6 innings, only allowing 1 run, but the bullpen choked. It's as simple as that, and Pittsburgh will keep the NLCS alive for a little bit longer. Next episode will be Game 6 in Pittsburgh, and if we win, Game 7's also in Pittsburgh. The Indians took Game 4, the Rays took Game 5, so Tampa Bay leads the ALCS 3-2. So it looks like it's anyone's game. We've gotten back into our series. The Indians are still alive there. Let's just say these final 2 games, or 1 game, will be fun. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to like button and subscribe. And as always, have a good one. Deuces.